Hello everyone and welcome back to Duo Gaming. It's Saturday night and here we are with Journeys in Djruthourhi. A couple of quick things before we get going. This will be our last session before our break. We're going to take about 6 weeks off from this campaign, but don't worry, there's still going to be content. We've got a couple of sessions from the past that need to be finished, and we also have something new that we're planning on, something small and new. So don't worry, you'll still get some entertainment on Saturdays. It's just I won't be leading it because I need a little time to recharge and to prep stuff for what comes next within Journeys in Djruthourhi. Other thing, I'd like everyone to say hello to the new logo. We got our logo sharpened up a little bit. Just a touch of a redesign on the classic image, but it's looking good. I'll post on the Discord who did it. I don't know if they want complete recognition just yet. Also, we're working on a mascot for the channel. Once we get some sketches done, we'll take a vote probably on a name for said mascot. So we got that in the works. Artwork is underway. We've got enough for 5 character arts right now. Still taking donations, so check us out here on Twitch. And also check us out if you want to donate directly. We do have a PayPal and a Patreon, and I can give you that information if you just send me a message. Check out the Discord, join that. Follow us on YouTube, hit that notification bell, and here on Twitch, follow us as well. That's all the streamer upkeep I think I have. Oh yes, you can't hear my players because I've got them muted out right now, but I can hear them and they're reminding me about the TikTok. We just started a TikTok. I'm not sure if we have any content there yet, but if you want, go get an early follow on TikTok. It's here in the go live notification that you got. It's also linked here on our Twitch down in our socials, so yeah, give us some love there as well if you can. With all of that out of the way, I'm going to pop us into the session and take on my form of the Eldritch Cat, and yeah, we'll get into this. All right, everyone. Now I have unmuted you all. You're not just in my head, you're in everybody's head.
Oh, good.
Fast
Now we
time.
can annoy everybody.
Right, just to be sure. Making sure everybody's... Yep. All the sounds coming through. Everybody can hear the voices and not just me this time like every other time in the day. Saturday is supposed to be...
Tell him no. Tell him he's going crazy. It's fine.
Alright, so, something I forgot last session is everybody gets to level up to level 14. I think most of you have completed that task. So, recap. If you were not here last session and you haven't checked us out on YouTube, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you should do it anyway. The recap is thus. One half of our group was within the elemental plane of air after being rescued by a silver dragon in the disguise of Kev Corvus, one of the priests of the Silvari from the town of Pav. He swept them away there to a safe place to avoid a terrible danger, and there's where our friends recovered, regained their strength, and got to regroup a little bit and discuss what they know. Halfway across the true material plane, where everyone else is at, the other half of our group, with a new friend, have heard that their old home of Valley Rest, where this entire adventure began, was under attack. And so they whisked themselves off to teleport back to Valley Rest. The first group that I spoke of, after talking with the dragon, learning that Sharir was indeed one of the first 11 dragons created by Ixen to protect Era's creation, also learned that Sharir has been pretty much the entire moving force towards the the new church in the lands, as well as pretty much the disappearance of all dragons.
Don't be a jerk.
Piecing things together bit by bit, and suddenly the silver dragon that was their savior began to speak of something of a disturbance. Yes, a disturbance in the force, but possibilities having been snuffed out, having been erased, and all of it centering on a small coastal town. This being Valley Rest. Our first group decide to take the gate spell offered by Kev Corvus back to their home point once more.
All hail the mighty Jacen!
These-
Throw you in a box.
Dude, how long are you gonna sail that boat for?
As long as I have a pact with him, you know that. I've told you what my pact is, right?
You don't even need a boat.
The two groups, hurtling through magical means to the same point, meet up as if by fate, and something stops both of their travels dead. As they realize they're about a mile from the town, they rush after a short reuniting and find the entire city of Valley Rest covered in a crimson magical dome. Mia, using the new sword that she has, cuts through the dome temporarily, long enough for everyone to get inside, to where they find Valley Rest in shambles. There is a strange void orb roaming around as if on its own accord, sucking up everything in its path, and flames of black and crimson both dot around the buildings. They end up fighting an old enemy, the kind of wormy type mage and the skinless titan. And after a rather difficult fight, they end up banishing the two of them together into another plane at Kyrie's quick thinking. Left to their own devices, they begin to search the city for survivors, but only find crystals, black stones, with the small silhouette of a humanoid figure inside where people would tend to be. Gathering up some of these, the group makes their way to Rufus Rest Tavern and began to continue their reunification and discuss what they had learned.
Side note, I am also keeping 2 of those crystals.
Okay. With people in them?
Yes.
Okay. And that is where we left off. It is about... by this point, after searching the town and after the battle, it's probably somewhere between midday and evening. And this is where we are with our group within Rufus Rest Tavern, wondering what to do next.
Kyrie, can you send this message off
Sure.
to my beloved Jacen?
Sure.
Does
What message do you want me to send?
I hand her a piece of paper that has it written.
This is far too long. I need 25 words or less, please.
Summarize it then.
Dear Jessamine, I missed that ass. From
touch the
Hawks.
boy again?
Whoa, wait a minute. Hey, no.
I'm worried if that's what it actually said.
Hawk says fine.
No, the actual one. The original version probably has something about being stood on. Or
Step on me,
to a
break
wall.
my back.
Sorta.
Oh God, no. No, what I wanted
It's
to
got flaws
say.
in your ears.
Step on my crack.
What I wanted to say is that the Church of Divine March has something to do with all these goings on. So if you are still investigating it, be very careful. Also, I miss that ass.
Are you on like that kind of relationship with already? Like, I mean, I didn't think he would move so fast, but get it, we
went on an emergency visit, and he had a little fun time with Jacen.
So, anyways,
Mm-hmm.
anyways, can
I
we
mean, you're
turn on
obviously
this
not that shy about it. I don't know why you're acting.
Write it down for me, please.
talk?
I know, I'm just the worst. I just want to make sure I get the message right, or else I'm going to paraphrase, I missed that ass. And that's it.
Fine.
I miss that ass. La 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 la.
That
Well,
one
this
big.
is Garganoth's breakfast. Right, Garganoth?
Get a
Yes.
second one.
Son of Daniel.
What you gotta do with your system? Relax. You have 2 toddlers now. Right.
Oh, while that's happening, we need to figure out our plan.
It's the Shadowfell that they're in league with, right?
Just like to clarify, this Shadowfell is a plane of existence? Not.
He's a corrupted, really ancient fuckhead.
Paraphrases it down to Divine March definitely full of douchebags.
Okay.
If we wait till the next dawn, we can get all our fancy weapons from the capital.
Why would we be going to the capital?
Because there's a shop there with all of our stuff that we paid tons of money for like 3 weeks ago to get upgraded. So we can send
That was a
one
point.
person, like Kayla.
That's
I-
fine. Like, if there's a guarantee that we can, you know, get her back in time. But we need to set a strategic plan about how we're going to take on the issue, right? So we have an idea of what's going
Oh, now it's all
on.
quiet.
We know that Trier's been orchestrating this. We know that he's working with enemies in plain sight. We know that he's tied to some kind of shadow problem. We know that there are people with psychic powers who are also working. So there's just a lot going on. And we need to figure out what the next steps are that allows us to have an advantage and power up without giving them time enough to do the same.
15
As-
minute trip won't stop that.
As far as Trier goes, I will defer to Amber. Since they have a more intimate knowledge base of who Trier was prior to this corruption that he seemed to have gone through. So the dude's like really fucking old, right? Like, and he used to be a good person. Now he's not a good person. He's a shithead dragon that has access to very powerful magic. And a lot of people have his back. So we need to find allies. We're not good at that.
Sorry.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
We do
We're
have
not
Jacen
good at
group.
it.
For
We
some
make lots
reason,
of friends.
I heard the mighty Ixen laugh through the heavens.
Because we
Did anyone
suck.
else hear that?
People hate us.
Jasmine seems to like us.
We hate people.
Oh, Jessamine seems to like
Who
one of
hates
us,
us?
definitely.
Which, I mean, more power to her. I won't kink shame.
It sounds like a love-hate relationship, Hawks. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, there's some weird
Wow.
toxicity going on there, but you know, maybe she just thinks you're exotic.
Anyways, we do have the Capitol's guard at least on our side, hopefully.
The Royal Guard may be of assistance, but I can only get so many of them back, and trying to convince them to use their own resources to protect a lowly shipping town may be more difficult than we're anticipating.
Yeah, at this point, they may say Valley Rest is lost cause.
Perhaps we need to prove that they're a systemic threat to the entire nation.
Well, if we use Valley Rest as an example with what's fucked off already in Diabedo City, I don't think it's a hard connection to make. That this isn't where, I mean, they're not going to stop here. This is a personal jab. Showing us, like, a pissing contest. Here's my big dick. I swing it around and bust a couple cities up that mean something to you. What are you going to do about it?
I mean, we do. Jessamine is already thinking that the Divine March is the enemy, so.
So the Divine March is just part of the problem. Like, yes, we take care of them and get it out of the way, but we don't know without some more infiltration or like capture and find a way to get information out of somebody without killing them. Or we kill them and then ask them 5 questions. Or 4 questions and really just leave them to fuck off for eternity.
I feel like our issue is keeping the person alive long enough for us to get questions.
I know how to torture someone and keep them alive.
Maybe
I
we just...
repeat what I said.
Maybe. We just
But also,
find a truth serum.
Truth serums don't
torture
work
them.
like that. They don't have to answer your questions. If someone gives you a truth serum, you don't have to answer their questions. They can just shut their mouth.
Best if they aren't aware that they are compelled to tell the truth.
So, again, we need a bigger plan, and then we fine-tune the details. Truth serums, spells, torture, whatever. That comes after we figure out A, B, C. That's like the sub-bit. Part A, 1.5. Then you bring in torture and truth serums.
Can I just say that it is such a relief to have Mia back in charge? Kaylin, I'm sorry, but yeah.
Dare you?
How dare I? How
Mia
dare I?
left
Grab
in the
that
middle
staff,
of the
Hawk.
night. Hawk?
It'll be fine, Hawks.
No, Hawks. Mia ditched us in the middle of the fucking night and didn't give us a word. Kaylin stood up when everything went to shit, when Mia left us all, and Jacen fucked right off with her. You don't get to say shit about Kaylin's leadership over the past 3 weeks, because they kept us alive. You don't know how hard it is
sure
to
I
leave.
followed one
Sit
of
down.
her orders and died because of it.
No, you died because it's the first time you're traveling with a party. It had nothing to do with Kaylin's leadership. Sit down
Grab that
and
staff.
don't say shit about
Okay.
Kaylin. And I'm like towering over Hawks.
I'm going to just push Saren back. Not right now, Saren.
And we're sure the diplomatic approach is out of the question?
I mean, I'd prefer to try that first before we go straight to torturing someone.
Because if the diplomatic approach is out of the question, you can just send me in, baby. I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah,
Let's just
I
take
could
care of
just read
something
their
first, 'cause
minds.
this seems like it's gonna happen anyway. If you got shit to say, just get it over with. Like we're not going to
Djruthourhi
work well
acknowledged
together if you
leaving.
have shit to say.
I have trust
I will
issues
work
now
with
with
anyone,
Kaylin.
even if I don't like them or if I disagree with them, because I'm a professional and I don't like most of the people I worked with while I was gone from this group. But no one
Dog, you're
gets to
not
say shit
acting
about
like a
someone.
professional. You're acting with your heart, which is just fine, but don't call it professionalism.
You haven't worked with the people I worked with. It's professional because, you know, Hox isn't, you know, pinned up against a wall or hanging upside down.
Inky. That's Jessamine job.
But all I'm saying is, you can't come in like everything's normal. And I know there's a lot of shit going on, but you can't come in and pretend that you leaving didn't impact anyone.
Saren, I appreciate it, but now really isn't the time.
That's fine. I'm not going to have an issue working with you, because I'm a professional and I get over shit.
No, I'm
will-
saying now is like perfectly the time because
And
right after
Jason
this-
mutters under his breath and doesn't tell people that you have people that shouldn't be scrying on you, right?
No, I told
see,
you in the
this
first
is
2
why
days.
it's the
You
time.
told me, you didn't tell everyone else, Jason says out loud to
No,
everyone.
I told everyone. Thank you very much.
Mia did not know that you had someone
I
scrying
told
on you.
everyone.
I
No,
did not know about that either,
you
and
did
I'm
not.
pretty
Because
sure
she left.
I was just
Exactly,
going.
so not within the first couple of days. So you've had people scrying on us because of a situation you got yourself into, but you're gonna talk smack about other people.
I just got done dispelling the whole.
That makes sense that you can talk about
thing.
trust when you've had people scrying on us the entire time.
Hawk, say what you're
Not
gonna
the
say.
entire time.
I just
Everybody
got
else, hold up.
done. I just got done helping dispel something that was causing someone scrying on us, and I did not know anything about that.
Saren told everyone after Malagos and Saren went to the one place,
Well,
didn't
then
you?
that is my bad because I did forget. Sorry.
Oh no, that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember. Like, is that when Saren told
that's okay.
after we went to the Adventurers Guild to
Yes.
Yes.
snoop around? Yeah. And I think you did that because Malagos was like, you need to tell them.
But
Yeah.
I will say one
Malagar's
more
guilt
thing.
tripped me so hard.
What, Hawks?
I will follow everyone's orders as needed, but I refuse to grab any more magical stuff that is covered in shadow.
That's fine. You literally died
Well,
trying to do that.
It was traumatizing the last time I had to do that.
Yeah, it also almost destroyed your
You're
arm.
the one who
So
held on to it, Hops. After it damaged you. After you were...
I felt the need to hold on to it still.
I was
and
down there when I rescued Hawks. He could not let go of it. I'm telling you, I had to smash it out of his hand. I nearly had to break his wrist.
That was after he was down.
Actually, he did break my hand to get it off. But anyways, all that aside, it is good to see these two back at least safe.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
okay. At the end of the last session, and you guys weren't here. Mia took a second before they started planning and was like, I know everyone has questions. I know what I did was shitty. I own up to it. I'm not making excuses.
I wasn't having a go at Mia. I was having a go at Hox for having a go at Kaylin.
I get it, but like we all need to take a step back and like I know you're pissed. Like obviously something is triggering you. I don't think Hawks meant it in any way other than his like, haha, I'm Hawks and I've got working brain cells kind of way.
Wow, just wow. But point taken. Just I did not mean to attack anyone.
Right. So we can't just be going at each other's throats for these perceived slights because the infighting is going to distract from the issue at hand. I'm not coming in here and saying, move the fuck over everybody else. This is Team Mia. I'm just telling you, we got a lot of information. We now know a lot of pieces of the puzzle. And if we can't work together, we need to find that out now and not when half of us are dead because we've been too busy fighting at each other to notice something happening. So if you have shit to say, individually, I will make a talking stick if I have to. Get it out now. Hopefully in a slightly more respectful way than screaming, because that was a lot. Just say it. If you want to know what you want to know, just say it. Like, I get it. You're pissed because I left. Like, I'd be pissed too. I totally understand. But what I had to take care of, I couldn't tell you. Because that would have taken time that I didn't have. And I left. And I took care of it. And I left you with capable people because I felt that you would be successful with them. If I felt that you would all have died the moment I stepped out of that inn, I wouldn't have left. But I know that you're all adults with functions and capabilities and skills. That's why I thought it was okay. I didn't do it because I don't respect you. That's exactly the opposite. I respect you so much that I knew you would be fine. So yeah, if you want to beef, I'll beef. We can do it right here. We can have a 15-minute timeout. Say the fuck whatever. If you want to yell at me, if you want to call me a bitch, you want to call me this, that, and the other, you don't like me, I'm not your leader, Kaylin's the best. Give it to me. Like, just say it. Because once you say it, one, it'll either sound as ridiculous to you as it does to everyone else, or at least it's not festering.
I just thought it was rude that someone here would have a go at someone who didn't want to be in charge without warning, was dumped in the middle of a really shitty situation, and I just think it's a dick thing to do, especially when you're new to the party, to have a go at someone who's been here from the start, who's been through so much shit in their life. You don't get to have a go at them based on what your personal preference of leadership is.
They're allowed to have their opinions, though. That doesn't make what they said.
I literally didn't have a go at them. They just said that, oh, thank God Mia's back. They preferred Mia's leadership. That's not having to go at someone.
It's not talking to you. Sit down. I'm talking about Hawks.
But that is, like, the right wording for that.
I get it.
But also...
Exactly what Malio said.
But, like, again...
Saren.
Kaylin has been my second since pretty much the very baby beginning of this group. We've been together for a couple years now. If I can't leave my second in command at the drop of a hat, then they're not worth being a second. Like I said, that should make Kaylin happy. Like, I get it was shitty situations because it was a big thing. What we're doing right now is a fucking big thing. I left her in command because I trust her ability to know what the team needs and pivot right away. What your perceived notion of what happened is how you feel about the situation. And it might be how Kaylin feels about it, but she hasn't told me because, we just met back up 5 minutes ago. But I did it out of respect, not out of selfishness or whatever. What I was doing couldn't bring you into it. Sorry. I'm so sorry. And it had to happen then because I was gonna be gone either way. All right, either I was gonna be dead or I was gonna be gone, and it was gonna happen that day. So I didn't have time. All right, that's the skinny of it. I was gonna die, so I took care of it. Didn't bring you in because you had a lot on your shoulders. Sorry you felt slighted and disrespected. But it wasn't, and you're all here, and you're all alive, so I think it turned out okay. retrospectively.
If
But
I
wait,
may.
where the fuck's Lanyard?
He got left behind.
We got
Alright.
teleported. We teleported somewhere, and something happened in said teleport that when we came out, he wasn't there. So we have no idea where he is.
Okay.
Hashtag rep indentured servants.
Go ahead, Kaylin.
One, Saren, I don't need a knight in shining armor. Two, Mia, I was going to talk to you just in private. Three, I would really appreciate if we got back to punching things rather than fighting each other.
And 4, who the fuck is that?
Well, Mia, it's
Amber.
understandable because you did say it how it would have been. We would have tried to go with you, and we don't know who else would have died in the process without our help, so I can forgive you for that, but in the future, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just, we care about you.
Yeah, and I
You could have gone
appreciate
to the person who is able to literally teleport you across the world if you need them to.
Your teleport
could
is
have.
funky sometimes.
that. But I do also, yes, I mirror that sometimes it takes you a little bit longer to get back to where you're going. And I didn't want to risk that for you. But like I said, it's hard because it's all 2020, right? Like hindsight being 2020. In the moment, I had to make a choice. And if I didn't make that choice in that moment, by morning, there wouldn't have been a me to make a choice. So you guys would have been doing the same shit that you're doing right now. Just forever one person down. And I don't want you to spend time worrying that I feel bad. I feel bad that that's what you had to do. And I'm gravely sorry. I cannot be sorry enough. I feel like I am profusely apologizing to you all over and over and over. But I wanted to keep you safe, and that's how I thought.
You don't need to apologize to me.
You keep saying you would have been dead by morning. What was going to kill you that none of us... I feel like we would have seen that coming. We were all in the same inn.
Sword's different.
I noticed
No.
the sword is different. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that sword that we said that was probably a bad idea for her to wield?
I think so.
That was
Yeah.
mainly you.
That one.
Mainly you, and you're obviously still salty about it. Yeah. Long story short, I wasn't feeding Black Razor as frequently as they wanted to be fed, and I made some extremely poor decisions that I will regret for the rest of my life, that in time I'm sure I will discuss with someone else, but right now that part I'm just going to leave as is. Jacen and I tried to sever my bond with Black Razor at the inn, and in that instance it almost killed me. Flat out, no revival, pixie dust and all of that, dead. I was hanging on by not a lot. I recovered just enough to understand the issues that were happening and how dangerous it was, and I didn't want to involve anyone. I didn't even tell Jacen. I took the sword and I left so I could find a way to destroy it.
Did you find a way to destroy it? I'm glad we're on the same wavelength there. And that sounds creepy.
I didn't, because I made a bad decision, and I trusted someone I didn't know very well.
Who was that?
Well, I have a feeling it's the new person. How's this new person involved?
We're getting there. Why did the timeout session turn into me talking?
You can't get it out now, so now we gotta
I
catch
think
up.
Mia has the most to say at the moment.
Plus, Hobson and
I
Aaron
went-
are good.
I went to the smartest person I know, which is an artificer.
You're about to say Jacen for a second, but that would be a lie.
Oof.
He's
Damn.
smart in a different way. Look, Terry is freaking genius level smart. She's an artificer. She makes a bunch of shit. I thought if anyone would know how to get rid of a cursed weapon, it would be Terry. And Terry sent me in a moderately terrifying mode of transportation to
Answer ball
Amber.
of hell.
Yeah, it was awful.
What about
That's
hell?
Amber. We were in a ball. The ball transported us to Amber. Amber laughed at us and said, "Wow, good. You came with all your insides inside." Again, not a great vote of confidence when they say things like that. Anyway, before I tell the next part of the story, while I'm talking, please no interruptions or physical violence. Thank you. It's already happened.
What does she look at when she says no physical violence?
The whole room.
Algus just puts a hand on Saren.
I literally pan my little beady eyeballs from one side of the bar all the way to the other.
Hawks just gives Saren a hug.
I pat Hawks on the head and say, we'll talk about this later. Don't touch me.
To learn boundaries, my dude.
Fine.
Just
You're
a little,
allowed to touch me.
I've known her long enough. She's fine with the hand.
just a
From me.
little bit of an interruption. There is a bit of rain starting, and there is a little bit of couple leaks here and there in the ceiling of this inn at this point. But just letting you know, the weather's changed outside.
Uh-oh. The apocalypse is starting.
Somebody want to light a fire, make this a real cozy story time?
At least
Yep,
the
got
fire's
you.
not
I
go
got
out.
it. Is there like leftover charred wood in the fireplace?
Oh yeah, there's still firewood stacked next to the fireplace too.
I
Sure.
stack up some firewood and just click my fingers and it bursts into flame.
All right. So we were transported to Amber and her father's workshop. That's Amber. She's a half dragon. Her dad, half dragon. Papa Samuel and Amber talked to us for a while about what our goals were, which was to get rid of Black Razor, and let us know that the best way to lift the curse on it was to return it to the dragon's lair from which it was stolen. That made sense to me. In order to get there, we had to go find some kind of diamond and kill some mummies, and that's side quest fodder that some dumbass started. And then we come to the part where we get to the lair. And I'm going to be side-eyeing Amber like this whole time, not in a malice way, but just like carefully watching her facial features.
Noted.
It's very cool, very stoic facial features, trying very hard not to emote or express at the moment.
Good luck.
So by this point, it had been like 2 days. We had talked with each other. did a little bit of like life is horrible bonding that people seem to do when they're camping. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's a thing, right? Like we've all done that.
It exposes you to the abyss of nature.
Right. So did that, and we get to the lair, and there's this huge dragon skull, and Amber tells me that all I have to do is put the sword inside the skull, and then everything will be Gucci. It'll be good. And I turn around and I look and I say, "You're not fucking me over, right?" Because I've learned that lesson. I thought. No, you're good. Why would I do that? Blah, blah, blah. I put the sword in the skull. It disappears. Don't know how I didn't catch that spell was being cast, but here we are.
Your magic was trash at the time.
Then we hear some racial slurs being yelled below. Take a little peek-see, and there's a full dragon talking to a man that I've seen before. And they have black razor. It's not going the way this dragon, who I've now, well, who we figured out then was Amber, didn't go the way she'd want it. She thought giving my sword back to the evil man would secure her in the love seat of Baby Daddy Central. Didn't work that way. Actually, he was going to kill her through some fantastic archery work, if I do say so myself. She's alive. And Sharir has the sword. So we're really fucked. I should have just died, honestly, and let you guys throw it in the lake or the fucking ocean. But the man we don't want to have the sword has the sword. It does bad things because it takes from each person who has it and gives to the next. So, I can't, not that I could do a lot before, but I can't really do much of any magic now, so I'm really fucked. Okay, what can I do? I guess swing a weapon, and that's pretty much wait, and half the time you guys tell me I'm not good at that, so I really don't know what I'm doing in life anymore.
Archery, apparently. Sorry.
That's okay, Meow.
Is there anything Kyrie can do to help fix that
My
situation?
magic? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, Meow. It's a really good party to work out what you want to do with your life.
Especially if what you want to do with your life is die horribly.
I'm gonna slap Kaylin on the shoulder and be like,
probably gonna go that way, honestly. The dude is bad. Like, we think...
You guys are wondering why I want to retire.
You're retiring?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I keep getting dragged back in.
Since when?
Well, shortly after you left and left me in charge of everyone, I realized that the only way that this was going to end for me if I continued adventuring was in a grisly death, and I don't particularly want that.
Are you retiring, Kyrie?
At least not right away.
Can you find another cleric before you retire?
Maybe.
Can you replace yourself?
I mean, I didn't know this was that type of job, but I'll try, I guess.
Oh, God. Okay. So, yeah, Amber sucks, but now we get along again, and we talked it out, and they gave me a new sword.
Who's they?
Amber's
Amber's
dad,
adopted father.
Papa Sam. gave me a new sword.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, I don't think we're all going to die. We have a light gambit. We've done stupid and crazy, wild shit before. This is just another thing to add to our resumes. We're gonna be okay.
We're not. I
done
killed
shit. Everyone
someone.
is-
What?
Oh no, boo-hoo, you killed someone. We have all killed people here.
I didn't want to. I'm sorry, Malagos hit me.
What are you talking about?
What?
That's what I wasn't gonna tell you,
Was
but
it
you
only
guys
one
are
person?
being so sweet, so then I told you that I killed somebody.
Malagos' face just goes. Mm. And yet she doesn't say anything. She feels like she can't, and she just looks at Saren.
She's mad at me. I made her mad at me. It's like a disappointed parent.
You mean you killed someone who didn't deserve it?
Yeah, I did. And then I blamed it on the
Divine
Divine March.
Oh. Garganoth looks deeply disturbed.
About that group. They're probably working with Trier.
Yeah, the sword told me to when I listened because I didn't want to die, and then I did it, and then I wanted to die.
And that's why she left.
I can't really blame her
I'd
for
always say
leaving if that's the
I can
case.
forgive you because you felt regret. And the sword made you do it, and it was evil. Would you prefer you alive?
I don't think anyone.
I'm gonna take Mia's hands and I'm gonna say, Mia, it doesn't matter if you killed someone. You were cursed. People have killed people for less.
Garganoth turns his
The-
back and just faces the fire, not looking at Mia.
What
That's
we've
the worst.
Mia, whatever you did, just that one thing, trust me, it's not worse than what this one has done. And she pointed at Saren.
I don't want to be compared to anyone, no offense, Saren, especially Saren, but Garth is mad at me, and so I'm just gonna. You guys talk about the plan, and I need to process that.
We need to haul ass to the Shore of Bones. If the key's down there, we can't let him get the third key. We have to get there.
Yeah, we need
Alright.
to go.
Rest.
Okay.
Halen, you did mention. I guess that's the question. Do you... One, I guess we have to figure out what we're gonna do with the town. Like, what?
Is everyone in the town crystallized?
I think so. When
Jason survived
Ox
when he
was
was
in like
working.
a hellhound form, he could.
Yeah, there were no survivors when Jason Hawk was looking.
Yeah, I'd hate to tell you guys this, but if there was anyone in town, they're either dead or they're one of these. And I don't think I don't think that these are the actual villagers anymore either. I think these people are gone beyond repair.
Like, if their souls found a vessel, they would still be dead?
As in, I think their souls have been transformed and, like, warped beyond repair.
But we
Also,
don't.
Jason's been sitting with Amber by the fire the whole time.
We don't know that for sure. We can't just give up on them.
Isn't this a similar thing that happened to Odd? And Odd, as much as they are strange, turned out relatively okay.
Except this is not Amber.
Okay, the Amber thing. If you remember what Kev Corvus was telling us, the Amber was from the guy who it slowly sucked someone's soul into it. These people went through that orb that was moving and turned into this. We could still be able to revert them.
I really hope so, because if we don't, they're probably trapped in this and probably dead for good.
Well, we won't know without trying, and if we don't try, then how does that make us look to everyone else? If we just give up on what was supposed to be the town near where we stood. People
Fair
came here
enough,
because
but
we
I
lived
am
nearby.
keeping these two just to have them along with us.
I've put it off a little long. I think Kyrie should have a chance to cast her spell
Oh, yeah, shit, sorry.
amidst
I
everyone
thought she had already
talking.
done that.
It's alright. I mean, it's not like there was really a time constraint. Gosh, words were hard. Let's see. Oh, I didn't pull up my spell list. Gosh darn it. So, I'll send to Jessamine. We confirmed Divine March is involved with the corrupt. They are the enemy. Be careful and safe. Also, Hawks misses you and that ass deeply.
Kyrie, as you send that message out, it's no more than a few seconds before a reply comes. Where have you all been? The church has reports that the Light's Gambit attacked Valley Rest after causing the explosion in the capital. Is this true?
Kyrie says, "Oh, fuck." Just kind of interrupting the whole conversation.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jessamine has reports that we attacked Valley Rest. I don't remember what else the stuff. She'll say what the message was to everybody, just because I can't remember it all.
And
Oh,
then
that was
we
the Divine
exploded
March?
the capital.
Oh shit. Yeah, that. Yeah, she has reports that we did all that.
Right, because control the narrative.
Yeah.
Tell Jessamine we were in the air elemental plane and we just got back.
We
And we
don't
just
have
got-
proof.
We have kept Corvus.
Who's
Oh, no, worry.
that?
So, after we split, we were heading south. We came upon a town on Pav. If Corvus was leading it, he turned out to be a dragon. I guess gonna look around. They actually help us put a lot of information together.
Yeah, but do you think he's gonna out himself in order to give you an alibi?
He wouldn't out himself, but he may be able to
He partially runs.
provide some extra context
Pav?
to a respective member of
We could. Just tell him we were down south in Pav. We haven't.
We can say that we just arrived in Valley Rest.
We've been down south in Pav. The town of Pav can back us up. Remember, if we say that we've been in Pav, we heard about Valley Rest, so we rushed here and found the enemies here.
But wasn't there like a time skip because we were in the air elemental? Time was wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, so the people of Pab can give you the last 48 hours alibi.
Can't we just talk to Kev Corvus and have him talk to Jessamine?
He could without outing himself. He could just say we were with him. It's not a lie. But
I can get a few of us to the capital so we can smooth things over with Jessamine, but we won't.
we gotta be careful with.
I already have a
If you think
teleportation
we
circle
should have a
drawn.
crime,
All right, hold on. One person at a time. Hawks.
I have already drawn a teleportation circle on the ground. I memorized
Whoa.
one and build.
Don't do that.
guys,
We
pause. Hawks. Go, Wanda.
Hawks. Pause. If we go charging into the capital, the Divine March basically runs part of the capital with how they've spread. We'd all be jailed immediately.
Can you get this Kev Corvus to show up in human form and connect with.
But it's the church. They'll say he's a conspirator. That's what they do. As someone who has been wanted more than anyone else here,
Can you
maybe
see
I'm really looking-
if the church has proof? So, like, what's their proof?
they don't need proof. They have power in the king's side.
We need to talk more with Jasmine to see what's happening.
We
Hold on.
need to disguise ourselves before we go anywhere.
Or find a way to teleport right into Jasmine's office.
Hawks, what are you saying?
I was going to suggest sending me, since I do have a personal relationship with Jasmine.
Okay, but if something happens to you, how are we gonna know? If you never make it to Jasmine.
Send me directly to her office. With the helm.
At that point, why don't all of us go to her office?
Because it's better one of us get captured instead of all of us.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And hear me out here. We don't just run to the capital like that.
Can we get Jasmine to meet us outside the capital?
It's possible if Harry has a or can send another message.
We could also
Okay,
try to get some information on how the capital would have even heard about this already. But it doesn't look like this was done that long ago. How would they have heard, and how would they have known that it was us?
Because the Divine March is the one who was saying it. The Divine March works with Cheerio. The guys we were just fighting also work with him. So the Divine March.
The Divine March is in the capital, so that's how they have already told the capital.
I get that, but how is anyone in the capital being like, "Hey, Valley West is nowhere near here"? How do they already know about this?
Jacen.
Not necessarily. We have instantaneous magical communication.
On top of that, someone was spying on us this whole time, so that person could have been in the capital as well.
No.
Sharir had also mentioned during the confrontation with Mia and Jacen about Valley Rest. He could be feeding them the information that Light's Gambit is the ones that attacked.
That would be my guess.
Can I have a perception check from everyone?
No. You fiend?
Anything, I know where they are.
I mean, we have to, but no.
Holy shit, I rolled a 19.
Oh my
Wow,
god,
we're
you're
quite
right.
perceptive right now.
Oh, Jacen.
You all are on wide alert.
Right.
I don't know.
There goes Hawks.
I don't know my head.
Dark
from
and
my
Hawks
tail.
are.
Hawks is just thinking about Jessamine, that's all.
Hawks is
Badass.
distracted for a very good reason.
The sax music.
Very large tracts of land.
Oiks.
A very impressive personality.
Yeah, Gar's kind of, I guess, still upset with Mia.
Damn. Rubbing salt in the wound, Dumey. Rubbing salt in the wound. I love it.
So yeah, for most of you, except for Jacen, Gar, and Hawks, as you're talking, something catches your attention. Something moves past the large front window of the inn. There's the sound of different footsteps outside, muffled voices.
Someone's here.
Someone's going to draw her bow and point it directly at the door.
Saren's gonna do the exact same thing, except I'm pointing at the other window.
Malagos is gonna have her hand, or her shield in front of her and go, yeah, fuck it. Who's there? Show yourself.
At that whisper, you think they can hear you?
No, I have to whisper. I can't scream in the house. Malagos would have said it loud enough for all of them to hear.
Is
Yeah,
there,
boomy
is there a back door I can sneak out and around to, Dumey?
You'd have to
Just hide behind me in the shield. I'm big enough.
to go through the kitchen, which is partially caved in at this point, to get to a back door, but
Mia looks at Saren and says, "Can you scope out an escape route?"
How do the windows look, Saren?
Oh, what about the windows?
There's a moment of silence after Malagos says what she says, before you hear, "No! You all tell us who you are!"
The fuck?
Do you live here?
That's not your business!
It's
It
gonna
is
be
our
my
business.
Can I let loose an arrow near them?
No.
I asked the party. I'm like, can I shoot at them?
No.
We don't want to be hostile right off the
unlock
bat.
my arrow.
Wasn't gonna shoot
Alright,
them.
everyone weapons down.
Who are they?
Come in.
There's another bit of silence, and then a thud as something hits against the door. Ow.
Malagos is going to go up to the door to carefully open it, shield in front of her in case they do try to hit her.
Malagos, as you open the door, you don't initially see anything outside. But looking down, you see, well, to you, it's a stranger. Well, maybe not. But to the older party members, you see the pigtails of Lillywitz the blacksmith.
Really? Wait till alive. I'm so happy.
The little
Who's
goblin.
gonna tell her?
Oh god, no, don't tell her about Lavera. She's gonna cry. Lavera Ghost protected her.
Awkward.
You guys have already
Awkward.
told her about.
Oh, that's right. Told her before the 2-year break, didn't we?
Yeah.
Hey. What's up?
What?
Who's this?
What?
Hearing the party recognize, she's gonna open the door further and step back.
Come on in.
Where have you all been?
Trying not to die. How about you?
I mean, the same, but I don't know who was more successful.
Well, we're both alive, so.
Good
I think
point.
that's pretty successful.
Lavera wasn't successful, that's what we know.
Why'd you have to bring her back up?
Sorry.
Where? How did you all get here?
Magic.
Portal.
Dragon.
None of us could. None of the mages could teleport out.
By the time we got here, it was over. So. Unfortunately. What happened? Who did you see? Who started it?
Well, there was something weird going on in the town. I mean, you know, I was over at the blacksmith. You know, hey, we built a new blacksmith. It's much bigger. I got lots of space, but never mind.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Well, the church, they recently, well, I mean, within the last year they built it here, but everything just seemed to kind of go dark, and it kind of radiated from the church's building, and then these strange figures, they moved really fast and like just giggling, and they started going from house to house. And
Were they black and shadowy?
Like kids?
yes.
What?
Who is the church?
There were two questions.
Did I miss one?
Were they black and shadowy, and did they sound like kids?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
And then who was the church?
Well, the church is the Divine March soldiers, and the church has been putting in buildings all over the countryside.
They're evil, by the way.
Malagos is gonna look and be like, "That's how they know."
Yep.
Well, we gathered up as many people as we could,
Well,
and
obviously it's because they did it. Duh.
we
That
got
too,
on
but-
we got on one of the biggest boats, and we just kind of sailed off out to the sea, and we weren't able to get everybody, but as many people as we could, and then we saw that big dome go down, and I
How many
feared the worst.
witnesses?
Well,
I mean, survivors. How many survivors?
it's just me and 3 others that came back on one of the rowboats. It's about, I don't know, 100, maybe 120.
Would I'm sorry, you haven't met me before, and I don't know who you are. But would you be willing to come with us to the capital and tell the captain of the guard it wasn't us?
They would kill them immediately.
No, but if we went to Jacen,
Why would anyone think it was you that did all this?
You know that divine march you've been telling? You said that made the church all over the place? My money's on them telling the capital that we apparently did this to Valley Rest.
They don't love us.
No.
don't know why.
Kyrie, Malagos is gonna try to like pull Kyrie's side and be like, I need you to do me a favor. If you
Okay.
have the energy for it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna message you in chat while everyone else talks.
Okay.
Does everyone else on the boat have supplies? Are you in need of food?
No, they should be good for a day or so. I mean, but if everything's ended here, I should, well, I should probably go out in the morning and let them know to come back.
That sounds like a good idea.
There's not a whole lot left of the town, no.
No.
Okay.
Do you know what happened to our fortress?
I haven't been out there in a while. I mean, with the new, the town's been growing and with the fame that you guys kind of brought to us, and it's been busy around here, and then the church showed up and they started strange fishing projects and
Fishing?
well, yeah, fishing.
Those monsters.
Were they using trolling nets as if they were trying to get stuff from the very bottom of the harbor?
Yeah, how did you know?
They're looking for something, probably an artifact. Probably powerful. Most likely dangerous.
And they probably found it, which is why they torched the town.
Is there... Sorry?
I don't know.
What were you going to say?
I don't know if they found anything. They didn't seem very happy when all this started.
I was just gonna ask if anyone wanted me to go for a swim and check.
Cautiously. Sorry, Hawks, I couldn't hear you.
I was just gonna ask if anyone wanted me to go cautiously go for a swim and check.
Yes,
with you.
but not right now. Let's do that after we figure some other stuff out. So
I could take him out in the morning and I mean, we can row that far and I can show him where they were fishing at.
We'd appreciate that, Billy.
Yes.
So the church was mad?
Yeah, it just... I mean, the day before all that darkness stuff started coming, it was like they just stopped everything they were doing and on a whim. I mean, it was weird. They even left the fishing boat out in the water.
That would be
It
very
is weird.
important.
I wonder what the message would have been to make them stop.
The question is, do all of the members of the Divine March know that they work for Sharia?
I'd say probably not. It's probably like some pyramid scheme, right? The people at the bottom, the peons, they think they're actually doing their god's work, and they're not. They're just working for someone else.
Does anyone else find it ironic that we stopped a dragon cult 2 years ago and then another one has popped up? Different dragon, at least.
The other guys were less annoying, though, less in your face.
Hmm.
They were more subtle.
Easier to stab as well.
I mean, they were also, like, not trying to, pretend to be false, clergy.
do have a concern, though. Something I've just thought of.
Yeah.
They're all worshipping. The power of worship itself can empower an individual if enough people believe, right?
Well,
Oh,
it
what's her name?
depends on if we think that everyone in the church is believing in the same thing, and if they are worshiping something else entirely. Does that bolster Tarir if they're not actually worshiping him?
Lillywitz kind of wanders over to the fire and sits down because she's soaking wet from the rain.
I'm going
Yeah.
to look over
Is there
at
any
Lillywitz.
towels or anything in the kitchen?
I'm going to just dry Lillywitz's clothes immediately.
Thank you.
Billy, before this happened, did any of the children in the town go missing after the church arrived?
Not that anyone was talking about. Wait, where is everybody else?
Hawk holds up one of the crystals.
Another ghost. Hawks?
I don't know if they've made it, Lillywitz.
Lillywitz reaches up for one of the crystals.
We might be able to save them, but we don't know how yet.
This person... This is Bramall.
Who?
What?
The guy that sells all the fancy meats and takes the furs from the hunters.
Oh.
You can tell who's in them?
Yeah, if you look close enough, and with the fire behind it, you can see the person.
Well, what do they look like? Knocked out? Dead? In ecstasy? What are we talking here?
They look scared.
Are they moving?
No. Like they're frozen.
Let me make it.
Mel just wants to try something.
Oh god.
It's not bad, come on. She goes to hold her hand out for, after she says what she has to for Kyrie. She looks over at Lillywitz and goes, "Can I see that for a moment?"
Yeah, and she just kind of hands it up.
Oh shit, I always forget to read the full of that spell. That one's not gonna work.
Read the entire spell description, people.
I know. Oh, I know which one. I don't know if they would be considered a willing creature, but Malagos wants to try to use cleansing touch on the crystal.
I think it's gonna be that easy.
I don't know if it's considered a spell, but whatever is holding them in there, I want to end it to let them out. I really hope this works.
They're possibly not
I don't
considered
know.
a creature.
No, look, I don't know. They're in there.
It's a thought.
It's just the soul of the person, I thought.
You don't know.
Well, their body disappeared at the same time. If you just take the soul, then the body
There's no
remains.
harm in trying. We don't know
I'm
what
trying
Robert gets yet.
anything.
That suggests that they're trapped inside a demi-plane of some sort.
Okay. So, the way this cleansing touch works, and I'm gonna adjust it a little bit, because when it says spell is specific. So spell that you know the spell you can end. But at this point you don't know the spell. So I'm going to allow you to roll a D100 to see if there is an effect.
Oh no.
To do is have a long rest and go to the city at midnight.
Eat. That's so low. That's so low.
Let's hope we needed low numbers.
Yeah.
And that's the percentage it needed to blow up in your face?
Uh-huh.
Amber, shut up.
Damn, dog.
Okay, so Cleansing Touch is a paladin ability. It's not technically a spell. It's an ability
Yeah.
granted to you by your oath to Bahamut. As you touch the surface of this stone, knowing now who it is inside, and you're focusing your faith into that stone, you feel almost a reverberation. As your spell is pushed in and then slowly is like spinning inside of the object.
Oh, that's such an ominous sound.
For a moment, you don't think anything happened at all.
Uh-huh.
And then you get a flash.
Uh-huh.
You see the person, Brammel, working in the shop. As he's working, the door bursts open behind him.
Uh-huh.
Dark flames spill into his room. And as you watch the flames roll over his form, you see the crystal growing and turning into the stone you now hold in your hands. And for that instant, you can feel both the heat, the cold, and the fear that the target was experiencing.
Bellios is like, while holding this and feeling it, just seems to shake. And goes to hand the crystal back, going, "Oh. Give me. Take this for a moment, please." Oh. It seems to, like, have to take a moment to, like, I'm not in that moment. I'm here. It is somewhat okay. And goes, "Well, that wasn't what I was expecting to happen. So..." And then she describes all of that to everyone about seeing the flash, seeing that he was standing there, that these black flames came in, that this crystal started to grow.
Where did it grow from?
Oh, yeah. Where did that crystal grow from, Doomer? Like, around his body?
It seemed to be from the flames itself.
Are those flames familiar to me? Have I seen them before on a specific weapon?
They would be similar to the flames that are now on your sword, yes.
It's not my sword right now. It will be soon. One day. Yeah, so she describes all of that, and she goes, wasn't expecting to feel what I felt, so just give me a moment. And then she's gonna look over to Kyrie, being like, "Did you hear anything back?"
Oh.
And she's going to promptly take a seat. Because all of that fear was not fun.
Kyrie's gonna say, I got distracted. I need to send that now. And
Please.
she focuses extra hard since she doesn't know the actual person.
You met Arethel.
I did?
We met her in the
Yeah.
capital.
Okay. I thought you said it was someone I didn't know.
At first I thought, but then I looked at my sheet and I was like, oh, that's a better person.
What?
Isn't Arathel the paladin that went on that?
She's the paladin leader of Central. Yes.
Arathel Typhoon.
Yeah. Originally,
You've met her.
I was gonna have it be someone random, but then I saw my sheet. I was like, oh, that'd be a better person. We know her.
Okay. Then I focus extra hard because I want to make sure this message gets to this person since I haven't had a lot of interaction with them. I say, the Divine March are becoming a threat to the world. People will need shelter. Light's Gambit needs help. Spread word to all believers.
Hopefully, they know that means all of the Bahamut followers.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, she's
Have
still
you sent
alive.
it yet?
Wasn't very specific.
That would have
well,
been me
you know.
sending it.
Okay.
That's what Malago said.
That's alright. All believers should be good enough.
It's
That
pretty
should be
quick
good enough.
again, the reply. Don't believe you did this. Bulwark is on her way already. Picking up help on the way. Should arrive tomorrow afternoon. Tell Hawks to be safe.
Was that Jessamine or Arathal?
That was... Oh, you were sending that to...
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Now I
Yeah.
gotta
Yes,
rewrite
to
something else.
Arathal Typhane.
Okay, to Fane, yeah. Okay, 1 second, let me read it. I misunderstood.
Scrap that.
Rewind, try again.
You two timing hacks.
Whoa, wait, what?
It's joking.
Oh, fuck, it's funny.
Even Hawks wasn't aware he was cheating.
That's low.
I'm so confused.
So the black orb wasn't what was turning people, by the way. It was these black flames that came in. I don't know what spell it was. If I knew what spell it was, I
Yeah,
might
but
be
that
able...
orb was sucking stuff up.
Yeah,
Whether
but that...
it's turning them or not.
That's
Was
really
it sucking the crystals up? Or
I-
the people?
I think the orb was trying to destroy all the evidence.
It was taking whatever was in its path.
Alright, the reply comes this time from the correct person.
Okay.
Already on the way. Picking up clerics of Tamara. We'll be there tomorrow afternoon. Captain told me everything. The Dawn is always on your side.
Kyrie lets out a sigh of relief. Okay, so they're on their way, and they said, and then Spiel's message.
Okay, so we're here until tomorrow afternoon. So what we should do tonight is have a good night's rest, but also post watches.
We should get to our stronghold.
Yeah,
we
we
have
should.
resources there.
How far is Stronghold?
An hour's walk.
Yep.
A lily bit.
Should we bring as many people as we can and try to secure it?
I think so. If we bring the townspeople, we can protect them there.
And we can also feed them.
And we can feed
Take
them.
the refugees.
Take
Amber,
Yeah.
do you think we could get Terry to send us some fun fuckery?
Oh, I have no doubt. You tell her you need something to explode. I can't imagine she'll turn you down. Especially anything that could be used for the for defense of innocent people. She'd probably be on board.
Do we have any?
Do you have any way of talking to people still?
I don't know. I would have to find out, but I can try a sending spell tonight when we get to a more secure location.
Got it. Yeah, go ahead.
Do we have any?
There's just me and the other three. They're waiting back at the boat. I don't...
Is it within visual range?
No, I'd have to go down to the docks. But are you sure leaving the town? I mean, do you expect him to come back?
We expect to be able to come back, and to come back alive. We want to protect as many people as we can. The reason I'm asking if the Bosch is within visual range where everyone is holed up, I can get there without a delay.
We just want to make sure you guys are safe. Your life is more important, unfortunately, than part of this town.
She kind of thinks for a moment, looking at the crystals that are still kind of out.
We should gather up all the crystals that we can find and bring them back to keep them safe as well.
Agreed.
If we can bring these people back, we don't want anything happening to these crystals and risking not being able to save them.
We also don't want them to fall into enemy hands because they could be used as a source of power.
We should grab all the crystals. We should grab whatever resources. I would say we get the people that are out on those boats, bring them in, have them help us collect the crystals and any resources we could use, and then we all head back to the stronghold. No one should be
Are there
here
any carriages
if
or
they come back.
are there any carriages or wagons we could put people in?
Oh, there's carriages, wagons all over the place. Some of them are a bit more crispy than others. But I'm sure with a little bit of looking and maybe some manual labor fixing, you could probably get some together.
Like I said, she'd happily pull a cart to help get people, collect crystals, whatever.
Alright, let's do that now and head out before it's too late.
Sounds
I'm going to concentrate for a couple of minutes and summon George to my side.
Easy enough to do.
That reminds me. Do
Yeah,
I have?
I'm then going to.
Something with Narrow.
I did it. Damn. The one time I could have used Fight Steed. Son of a bitch.
Mia's gonna sadly look and see no cat.
You have the scroll now.
Yeah, but I don't have the time.
Dumey, I have a kind of depressing question to ask you.
Oh boy.
Is my canary still alive?
Probably not.
That's
a no.
Well, that is not a good start to the answer to that question.
No, it's not.
I would have released them back into the wild before we went under the lake.
I mean,
so
if you would have released it into the wild, you're not sure. I'll say that. Oh, the canary that you transplanted from like halfway across the continent.
Yeah.
That poor bird, he's all alone.
You released an invasive species into the wilderness.
I released a single specimen. It can't reproduce asexually.
Unless it does something that like donkeys and horses do.
This is D&D. You don't know.
It's like taking.
It quite literally could breed with other species.
It's like taking a child from New York and taking them down to Austin, Texas, and being like, "Here,
I'm going to.
be free."
I'm going to say to Lilywitz, I'm going to send my companion here out over the harbor so that I can see the ship. Can you point me in the correct direction?
Yeah, that's easy enough. Okay, and she goes with Kaylin.
Is anyone else coming to the ship?
Do you want to go navigate the... You like water. Go get wet.
Malagos will come down. Malagos will be like, shout out for me. I'll stay near the docks, but I'll be collecting the crystals in this cart.
I jump into the water.
I'm going to go follow Lilywitz to the dock with Hox and Mally.
Kyrie's gonna quickly stop Kaylin before she goes and give her ring of swimming. This should help.
I can already breathe underwater, and my swimming speed is faster than any of yours.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
But thank you, my love.
No problem.
Damn.
That's fucked up.
Oxygen is only a fucking fish too. What the fuck?
What's your swimming speed?
50.
Mine is 50.
Okay, yeah, my ring goes up to 40. Well, it was worth a
If you
try.
put them to- If you put them together, could they stack to make 90?
It doesn't stack.
Mm-mm.
That's
No.
dumb.
It would be nice.
I'm going to, when I get to the dock, cast Beast Sense and concentrate and watch through George's eyes as I look for the ship out on the harbor.
Okay.
And I'm jumping in the water.
The ship has sailed about 3 miles off the coast. And Lillywitz points...
Can you tell that to me in dishwashers, Dumey?
Dishwashers?
Yeah.
1 second.
Now you're gonna ask.
Remember how there was a pothole in the American newspaper couldn't work out how much a meter was, so they said it was 6 dishwashers wide?
It was a sinkhole, not a pothole.
Sorry, sinkhole.
There was a
Right.
there was a pod holder that was larger than 4 Labradors.
Were they curled up? Is it like in terms of density or
Labrador-
just long?
But was it Labrador puppies, big Labradors, like...
Yes,
It just said
and were they
Labradors.
American Labradors, English Labradors? They're
It just
very
said
Labrador
Labradors.
Retrievers?
Chesapeake
Were they
Bay
well fed?
Retrievers.
They're well fed.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat the headline as I read it. Pothole reported larger than 4 Labradors. You can keep asking me questions. I'm not gonna change my answer.
I
The
will
ship-
keep asking questions.
The ship sailed about 5,283 dishwashers out to sea.
What brand?
So when I get about 5,800 dishwashers out towards the ship, I'm able to see it because of Beast of the Sky, and I say out loud, "Anyone who's coming, grab onto me now."
Lillywitz seems a bit unnerved by this, but does.
Pops, are you coming?
I'm swimming in the water.
Do you hear me? Am I just gonna leave you behind because I can't see or hear you? I can
Ox has
feel
a
one
decent
hand on
swim
me.
speed. I thought.
It's going to take 10 years to get there.
Yeah. Even if I dash, that's still only like
100 feet.
it's 100 feet, so that's 30 dishwashers every 6 seconds.
Hux is doing his own thing and trying to check the bottom of the sea floor.
Time.
Well,
You get
Lil-
there, grab people, and start coming back. Hawks might be halfway there.
I'm checking
was
for the relic.
Malagos coming?
No, Malik goes in the water? Are you crazy? She's gonna sink you.
You're gonna go onto a boat.
Just
No, she said she was good. She literally said she was gonna stay near the docks and collect the
Okay.
crystals.
I'll be back in a bit, Malagos. I'll be back with the boat, and
Don't
then
drown.
I teleport. And it is a scene location because I'm using Beast Sense.
Does it teleport you into the sky?
Hux
Oh,
also
boy.
pops out of the water looking a bit relieved.
Oh, let's see how this goes.
Don't fuck. Hey!
Yay!
Melagos,
72.
don't drink the water over here.
I'm not. I didn't go with you.
I'm in the water. I'm not with him.
No.
With them.
Ooh, we've split the party twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need the list, or do you know that just succeeds and I'm on target?
Oh, I know by now. I've almost got the entire list memorized.
Okay, we fucked this up enough times.
Do you regret giving us the helm yet?
Yes.
He does.
Immediately.
Kaylin, you end up on the deck of a rather large sailing ship, and about right in the middle of a few people who are hanging out on the top deck. They're a bit surprised at your sudden appearance, but Lillywitz is able to calm them down.
I call George down to me, and he sits on my shoulder.
Hawks. What are you searching for?
This
Well, I
bitch
heard there
about to
was a
get
relic.
eaten by a
I was-
kraken.
Won't
I
be the first
heard there
time.
was a relic under the water. I am seeing if I can search for any signs of it or any remnants or just anything.
Bad idea. 1, 2, and 3.
Well, I mean, as you go offshore, there's a few wrecks under the water, large ships that have been pulled under or sank.
I go towards those ships.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Is this where he dies?
Well,
And none of us will know.
let's just do this.
I also establish a telepathic link with Malagos.
What am I gonna do?
What can
The
Delgars
one-
do?
Literally the one who can't fucking swim.
Which ability lets you do that?
His sea elf heritage allows him to telepathically communicate because you can't blub blub under
That
blub
and
blub.
telepathic speech itself with my aberrant mind class.
Oh, I should have fucking death warded you before you left.
Hindsight.
Yep, 2020.
So
We
yeah,
now call that
Hawks is being
Hawksight.
extremely cautious.
Hawks, you find a bit of a ship graveyard in a rather low place just off the coast, and this is pretty much what you see here.
Okay.
That's
can
us.
I rummage through some of the ships.
You're gonna have to be more detailed than that, my friend.
Okay, hold on.
So long. Goodbye.
I am going towards right here, skirting along the sea floor, trying to not attract any attention of any predators.
Right where?
Over here.
Okay, give me a
Checking out
stealth
this
check.
piece.
Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. Does blub blub? Oh, oh god.
I feel like I should have some sort of advantage because I'm also underwater.
You rolled with advantage. 13's still higher.
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
Rip. I feel like we're in the Jaws movie.
Okay, yeah, I don't like this music.
Nobody
What's
does.
going on?
You don't like this music?
It's death. It's called the Kraken. Do you see the hole in the middle of the map? That's where you get dragged down to die.
Get a
Oh.
lodestone while you're down there.
Fuck you.
Anybody else craving sushi all of a sudden?
Oh
Yep.
my god, always.
Wow, rude.
So yeah, Hawks, as you're coming into this ship, it's not a ship that's native to these lands. The scroll work is a bit different, the mast is built different, and you've been around water and ships enough to know the difference. This ship is from across the sea. And it's been down here for at least a few years. As you're searching through well, where are you going, to the upper decks, lower decks, what?
I'm going to the lower decks. That's where all the good stuff's usually at.
Okay.
This is not a video game.
As you go into the lower decks, passing through the opening of this ship where it's been apparently severed in half, give me a perception check.
That's over that. Awesome. The master account.
That's amazing.
16. Stopping to take a look at the wood, it's a bit worn from the waves and the current, but you're able to see claw marks. Large ones. They could be teeth marks. It's hard to tell.
Dramatic as hell.
Would you like to continue?
I do carefully, but also I don't appreciate the jump scare.
Wait, you crawled into a
I've literally-
all on your own.
I have literally been talking this entire time. I've been muted, and I'm just like, go, just run away, Hawks.
Aren't we supposed to be saving a town and the
Yes.
world, and you're just treasure splunking?
Yes.
If anyone is surprised, send me sushi.
So,
Seconded for that offer.
Looking at this map, what made you think, oh, this will be a great place? I'm not gonna die here. There's a giant hole in the middle of the map.
so Hawks, you find, as you're looking through, you find a backpack of sorts, and inside is a scroll case.
I am gonna take the scroll case, or the backpack itself.
The backpack's a little bit torn and worn, but you can take it. Give me another
Is
perception
one of
check.
the straps still good?
One of them is good enough. Give me another perception check.
Look it over my shoulder.
Hawks, as you're in these lower decks, gathering up this backpack, you notice a shape swim by the door that you came through to get into this room.
I am gonna basically yell out to any other creature that might be down here. Hello? Is there anybody else down here?
We cancel the dice first. Goes into the creepy basement and goes, hello, is anyone here?
Okay, glad to know Hawks is a white woman.
For sure.
Wow!
White woman in a horror movie.
Hawks, I need you to give me a wisdom save.
You sure about that?
Hawks, you begin to hear this haunting, magical melody under the waves.
Under the sea.
Not directly affecting me yet, is it?
It's not affecting you, but you're hearing this. And give me a history check.
It's sirens, isn't it?
With that roll, yes.
Are they immediately hostile to me?
You don't see them yet.
Are you gonna cheat on Jasmine with a siren?
No!
You're gonna get eaten by a siren.
Well, assuming
More
that I
ways
know
than
it's
one.
sirens, I'm just going to immediately swim and stealthily swim back up to the surface, away from the shipyard. Or graveyard.
Okay. You're pretty far out. But the shoreline is within visible range.
Should I be rolling a stealth
To do what?
to sneak away before the sirens find me? Or do I need to?
Did you swim upward stealthily?
I swam along the seafloor to the shore.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. You can roll another stealth.
No, I'm carrying the backpack and I'm getting the hell out of here.
Okay. We'll leave you there for a moment. Kaylin, I'm assuming you're over there just to tell everybody to come back, correct? Or is there something more involved you'd like to do?
No, it's basically just you guys know us well enough to know that we want to keep you safe. We're trying to get everyone to the stronghold. Some bad stuff has happened, but we're doing the best we can to solve it.
Okay.
If you come with us, we'll do our best to protect you.
Persuasion with advantage.
And I am just wishing that someone who is actually good at speaking had come with me.
Got advantage.
18!
And Lillywitz is there, so there's a plus to the roll anyway. It goes over pretty well, Kaylin, and they begin to ready the ship to sail, pulling up the anchor, the deep sea anchor, and turning the ship to begin to head back towards the land.
There is something odd I would like to do.
Okay.
I would like to focus on Wave and the name of Sechelius and pray for swift winds and kind currents to bring us in quickly.
Okay, give me a religion check.
Oh god.
Eh?
11's not terrible. There is a bit of a sea breeze that picks up. It is still raining, though. So, there's that to contend with. But you have the sense that your little prayer was answered.
I smile and I say to Wave, "Thank you, friend."
On dry land, I believe we were gathering up crystals and trying to get some wagons together.
Yes.
I would go to pick up heavy things and help people with that.
Okay. When it comes to gathering crystals, I mean, that's easy enough. You guys already gathered some. Going around and looking for more is not a big deal. When it comes to making some usable carts out of the mess of parts that's available, that's going to be a little bit different. Who's going to head up that project?
Malagus would have tried to find like a functioning one that was down near the dock area.
I'm going to ask Garganoth for help.
Who were the other two people who came with Philywitz?
Lilywitz came with 3 others that you guys don't know their names. They're still on a rowboat at the docks. And you're not there to ask them their names yet, so
Jacen, can you help me engineer carts?
Yeah, Jacen will do whatever me or Amber need.
I thought you weren't talking to Amber. Are you talking now? That was short-lived.
Things happened.
What do you mean? This is a stream now. It needs to happen in stream.
I mean, it's not
Jason's
wrong.
just talking to Amber. Jason's just helping Amber out.
It can be a moment that's happened out of time. We can figure out another time for it. But yes, Amber would be just going around, knowing nothing about this town, just trying to find more crystals.
Does anyone have a proficiency with land vehicles?
No.
I have a proficiency with sand vehicles.
I'm good at stealing them. Does that count? This is a type of stealing.
I think
Doesn't
Garganoth
GTA
does.
say that?
Does Garganoth have a proficiency with land vehicles?
Jeweler's
Anyone
tools,
have
smith
soldier-
tools, land vehicles, yeah.
There's your person to fix them.
Well, I did ask Garg for help. I don't know if that came through.
You did. I
It
heard
did.
it.
Sorry, I've been lost in thought. What do you need, Saren?
Carts. I need help to make carts and stuff so it's easy for people to put their food and shit like that into carts and head up to the stronghold.
Oh, yeah, I got you, he says as he sheaths Whelm and follows Saren.
Okay, so you'll have advantage on this. Give me a roll with your strength
Oh,
with your land vehicles proficiency. So yeah, with Garganoth's help, you all are able to find pieces that are workable, that match well, and after about an hour or so, you guys can have about 4 carts ready to roll with 4 wheels and everything all set up.
But are they ready to rock?
If the carts are rocking, don't come and knock.
Mm-hmm.
And about the time you guys get those 4 gathered up, we'll say that's about when Hawks and Kalen get back.
Does Kalen look down into the water and say, Hawks, why are you so far out?
I just sailing past. You're like, "Oh, what are you doing down there?"
I talked to him telepathically and wait, is he actually that close?
I mean,
It depends. Did you go all the way back in, or...?
By now, I probably wouldn't be all the way back in just yet.
Okay, as you're sailing past, I'd look down and just say, man overboard.
You want to ride?
Someone would toss a rope over.
All you see is a hand pop out of the thing with a backpack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I found a thing!
That's great, Hawks. We're almost
I
ready to go.
jump in.
Come on.
I jump in.
Now, everyone, you'll have about half an hour before we set out. If there's anything important you need to get from the town, you need to do it then. Make sure to bring food supplies. If you see any black crystals, bring them with you.
As the villagers begin to disembark from the ship, many are shocked, many are sobbing at what's happened to their town. Emotions are high, but there are those strong within the crowd that try and get people moving again, and little by little, the ones that are left behind are taken or led out into the remains of the city to find their belongings or anyone left behind.
Have we left? Are we ready to leave the village? Because we need people who are going ahead and on the sides. Because we don't know what's happened, like, exactly, so we want to be able to protect the carts.
We should have a meeting with what's left of the town leaders.
Explain what's going to happen.
Find out who we have as able-bodied fighters.
I don't think we should do that. I think we should just use us. These people have been through enough.
They're going to go through a lot more if we get attacked.
Dumey,
Yeah?
just a quick question, because I can't find it anywhere. The Hellhound Cape, am I able to use that more than once?
Generally, say one per long rest.
Yeah, if it's once per long rest, that's transformation. For up to 1 hour.
Okay, so that first time I used it was only like up to a few minutes. Does that mean I can use it again up until an hour?
Yeah.
You used it for the whole fight, didn't you?
Yeah, but the fight didn't take an hour.
I'm going to let everyone know that I'm going to shift into a Hellhound form so that we have the keen sense of smell.
Okay.
Can be a button fly high.
Amber very much gives you a suspicious look and just like pointedly avoids you.
I'm not going to bite you.
I'm going to go find Mia before we set off.
Yeah, Malika's is definitely still looking for crystals to put in the cart that she has.
I'm just lifting wagons while people
Go ahead,
do
sorry.
wheels. While people like put wheels on and stuff, I'm just.
Ooh, a gem. Ooh, a gem. Ooh, another gem.
Yeah, there's a couple here and there that you guys had missed the first pass through, and as the fires have died down because of the rain, you were able to get into other places that you couldn't before.
If no one else wants to say anything right now, do you mind if I do?
Go for it.
I move up to Mia and say, hey, do you have time to talk now?
Kind of underneath the cart, but if I move, probably.
I mean when you're done lifting the cart.
Yeah, I put it down. Look, I'm done.
I pick things up.
I kind of guide you away from the crowd, and I say, I know that you're feeling a lot of guilt about killing someone who is innocent to save yourself. And look, I've done things before I met this party that I am extremely ashamed of, and I know how you feel, but I can promise you that it doesn't make you any less of a person, and it doesn't make you any less of a hero to break down in desperation. It will take time to feel yourself again, but you'll get there.
I just didn't. I don't like what this life has made me do. And it's not the adventuring, right? Like, it's just the amalgamation of event after event after event after event. And all I've been trying to do was be a stronger person and a better person to help other people to get over the fact that I'm not actually all that good at anything. So if I'm like the loudest, maybe people will ignore the other shitty qualities I have. But I mean, I appreciate it, but it's really hard to believe when like one of my greatest friends and allies can't even look at me. And I mean, I totally understand that because I don't even like to look at me anymore. So I want you to be right, and I appreciate you taking the time to tell me that. It's
Listen,
just hard.
would it help if I told you what I'd been running from all this time?
I value transparency, but do we have the time?
The carts are being fixed. The citizens have about 20 minutes left on their packing up. We have a little bit of time.
Sure. I mean, go for it.
Back where I'm from, I'm wanted for mass murder.
That's unexpected. Did you burn down a grove?
No, they burnt down a grove and then I hunted every single one of them.
Did they change your name from Corey to Persephone?
No.
Just kidding, that's a
I wasn't
joke.
aware I was emulating the Greek myth.
Sorry, when I'm uncomfortable, I make stupid jokes.
I know, but the entire time that you've known me, I have been trying to make up for what I did in some way, and whilst it helps, and whilst you do start to live with it, and as you get further on from it, it fades. You might always feel like this, but I can tell you what helps. It helps to be with your friends, doing good, making sure other people are safe.
Yeah, I think I'm losing my friend.
Then talk to him.
Have you seen the puppy dog, guys? I don't think I can handle it.
Then close your eyes.
Oh, that's smart.
He is like this because he trusts and respects you, and you did something that's very out of
Bad.
character for yourself. Maybe if you explain to him exactly how you're feeling, then it might help a little.
I know, but I think that his feelings and needs kind of outweigh my own.
You've always felt that, Mia. You need to hold yourself in equal regard. All of us do.
I mean, physically, yeah, I'm a perfect specimen. So, high regard. High regard. Other times, other situations, not so much. I just, that's kind of like, fuck, what is that shit? Love language? That's like my friendship language. You're more important, and I'll put you first.
Is having your friendship with that person not more important to you than not?
It is, but I don't know how to talk to somebody who won't look at me. I mean, I understand the whole like not looking at them back, but then what if I'm talking and he just walks away and I don't even know because I'm not looking at him? Or what if I'm talking in the completely wrong direction because I'm not looking and he's like, "Wow, this dumbass."
Argonaut respects transparency.
I mean, how do I even know when it's like a good time? Usually I make it a good time. And by that I mean if I want to talk about something, I'll talk about it regardless of the circumstance, and it doesn't always work out. But this feels like it deserves some nuance. And I don't know if you know me, but that's not one of my positive attributes.
I hand Mia some charcoal and a big flat leaf that's been dried out. If you need nuance and time to think, writing helps. Now, I can tell you that because some of you here taught me how to write. So,
Someone taught you how to write? You didn't know how to write?
yes.
What?
No, I could write Elvish, but Common was weird. It's so flat, no loops.
Well, yeah, it's common.
You all kind of went off on your own, like next to one of the buildings to get some privacy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just checking.
Think about it, and know that you have at least one friend in your court.
Did I really fuck you up that bad by leaving? Saren made it sound like I committed the worst crime known to man. Or elf. Or humanoid. Woman.
You hurt me by not telling me. You sent a note to Kyrie, and whilst, of course, Kyrie tells me everything, you didn't even address me. I'm your second. I'm supposed to be the one you trust.
Yes. There was strategy to that. One.
What, you thought that if you sent a note directly to me, then I'd track you out of the city, find you, and force you to have some help?
Yeah, abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, you're not wrong, but also you're a dumbass, so...
Okay. Well, alright. I'll take it this step. But that's exactly what it was. I wanted to diffuse the situation, and I knew the calmest head among us is typically your wife. She can typically read a room well and understand what needs to be said and what doesn't need to be said. I think she can weigh a situation of importance, which is why I sent it to Kyrie. I also knew that you would naturally take command without it being needed to be pointed out, and I'm pretty sure that the party just automatically defers to you. Well, I know some people specifically just automatically defer to you. And in that situation, it's fine.
Just, next time you get cursed by an evil artifact and
Don't.
have to go on a side quest to, deal with it, maybe, like, 2 notes would be nice.
I'll think about it. It'll depend on how much time I have before I die.
So don't get cursed by an evil artifact again.
Oh, but you know I have the itchy fingers.
Hey, my artifact forces me to be allied with a god who actually kind of just helps me out a lot, so,
Look, you are not going to catch me converting for a trident. That shit wasn't going to happen. But,
just,
yeah. I happen to be
maybe-
unlucky, in case you didn't notice.
Yeah, it's chronic.
Oh, it's terrible that you said something like that right now.
Like someone has it out for me personally. That
Roll a
sits in a
dex save,
cushion.
both of you.
Fucking son of a bitch, Tit.
It's not like shit. I was trying not to interrupt the touching part.
Oh, wow! This didn't happen that one time where I needed to make dexterity saves out the wazoo. Fuck me, I guess.
So
Collapsing
yeah,
building?
as if on cue, when Mia says something about being unlucky, there is a loud crack as the non-structurally sound building shifts and the large load supporting beam swings down in both of y'all's direction. Now, with the dex save, Mia, you're able to catch it. And for a moment, it's heavy. But suddenly it is about half as heavy. And Caitlin, as you're standing there and see Mia holding up this log, you see this second form of Mia, a bit more hazy, a bit more dark, but holding up the beam almost as a copy of her.
I'm going to put my hand on the beam to support it as well and say, Mia, what's with the shadow?
Wait. Did I actually die? Am I dead? I'm a ghost. In this outfit. I didn't get to plan! This is some bullshit.
What?
You're not dead, I don't think.
You've
got a twin.
I got him. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. See that. Confused by that.
And Mia, as you focus on it, it starts to waver and kind of blow away in the bit of a breeze.
Oh no.
Quickly grab Mia, seeing the shadow blow away, and I pull both of us out of the way of the beam.
Magic.
That was not what I meant to click, but it works, I guess.
I like it.
I almost thought that was Malagos for a moment.
I thought that was Garnoth.
Rude.
Expertly timed.
But
It's
yes,
not a joke.
as Mia's pulled away, the beam falls harmlessly.
That's never happened to me before.
And Mia, for that split second, sorry, real quick, for that split second that you did see the thing, it looked eerily familiar.
Mia the curse bearer.
Like what?
Like black sandy shores familiar.
Uh-huh.
You thought you were done with being cursed.
Mia?
Yeah.
You're not keeping secrets again, are you?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
It might be a side effect of the curse being split from my body.
Whatever it is, we can work it out together.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way that I would be able to use history or arcana to see if I know what was going on?
I mean, you could probably try an arcana roll.
No, I don't. You said Black Razor was deeply entwined with the Shadowfell, right?
Yeah, and I might be too.
Right. Now I have a feeling that someone else needs the spotlight whilst we leave on that.
Huh?
Are you saying that's a good point to switch over to somebody else for a moment?
Probably, unless Mia has anything else to say.
Nope, I'm just like looking for my shadow.
Oh, it's where it's supposed to be now.
I have been reading a letter, and I suddenly see the name Kyrie on it, and it mentions that person as a daughter. So I go, Kyrie, I think your name is on this letter that I found when I was spelunking. I mean, searching for relics. Okay, I went diving.
We're supposed to be saving a town, but I am curious about that letter. You said it has my name on it? I haven't really encountered anyone with my name before.
It mentions a third daughter that has the name Kyrie. Here, read it.
Oh, okay. I grabbed the letter.
Kyrie, this letter is written in your own handwriting. Would you like to read it out loud?
Mother, I can only hope the last few letters have made it to you. The days have been long. Oh, this was Noleg 12th 135 AE. Not sure how long ago that was.
About 2 years. In a few months.
Okay. The days have been long and the nights restless. We have been on the sea for 5 days now with no land in sight. The waters have been getting rough and Captain Kern says a storm's a brewing. I know it isn't proper of me to say, but I truly wish you had come with us to deliver the box to the court of Arcanum. Naren has been very ill these last few days, and while the crew says she will gain her sea legs, I'm not so sure. None of the healing I learned from my studies seemed to help for long. Your touch was always much more suited for these things. Oh, I should tell you that you have gained a third daughter. Kyrie Brenner is her name. She helped fend off a group of bandits on our way to Theron's port. She's quite the adventurer and is looking for passage across the sea. Apparently there is a call out for able-bodied warriors due to the corruption we were told about. Well, Naren and I agreed to smuggle her onto our ship. All we had to do was draw up some paper saying her last name was Red Whispers, and everything worked out well. I love you, Mother. We both miss you very much. We will not fail you. We will deliver what you were asked to protect. Your faithful daughter, Amalia Red Whispers. Huh. This is my handwriting, but it's talking about me. I'm so confused.
Maybe your name really isn't Kyrie?
You lose memories and change your name?
I don't remember much about my past. Kaylin and I were working on figuring out my past, but
Well, maybe I figured something out for you.
yeah, thank you. I fold up the letter and carefully put it in my backpack. I'm gonna have to see if I can figure anything out about that. Now, I can't dwell on this too long. We really need to help the village
Uh-huh.
get everybody home. No crisis right now.
Okay. And then I jump into my hellhound form and just help out wherever I can as a hound.
Are you gonna eat somebody?
No, that was last episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's sure gonna try.
Probably sniffing out crystals if he can.
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm doing.
All right.
Alrighty.
Anything else anybody else would like to have? Interactions or anything at this point?
I want to have it. Sorry, go Dumey.
I was just going to say at this point before we move on to the stronghold.
I was gonna have a chat to Hawks tonight at the stronghold.
Okay, so we ain't there yet.
I would
Yeah, we're
probably
not there yet.
assume that whatever Amber's doing, probably wandering around looking for crystals, either Jacen or Mia's probably not taking their eye off her, considering, you know, the whole mistrust, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Jason's
much
working,
would just be
Jason's working
working.
closely with Amber.
I'm very confused by this.
Are we gonna make our way to the stronghold?
How
At
much
some-
we are?
at
Go
some
ahead,
point
Amber.
Amber would just probably like, so I don't know what I'm looking for in this place. This is your town, not mine. Where are we going?
Who did she ask?
Jacen, because I've been kind of hovering around Mia or Jacen. And since Mia's doing something else, I've just been kind of awkwardly hovering around Jacen.
Right now, we're just trying to clean up and salvage what we can. We're gonna try to plan back when we get to our stronghold.
Fox drops a crystal off to Jacen, wagging his tail.
Jason will shoot Hawks a grin and introduce Hawks to Amber.
We've
Awkward.
met. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like no one's really talked to you much since you've been here.
No, most people have, you know, pretty much ignored me, which I've been fine with, honestly.
Hawks is gonna whimper, afraid that she hates him.
She just kind of like, it's okay, hell dog, fish man, it's okay. I understand you were being controlled. I'm getting used to being around other people, so I'm not mad. Just please don't try to eat me again.
His ears perk up and he barks.
We'll call the little incident with you trying to set me on fire an introduction, considering what I did to Jacen.
Through all this, Hawks understands nothing she's saying. And
As
she's
far-
just barking and trotting along trying to find more crystals.
Just kind of, as far as I'm aware, he understands me. I don't know that he doesn't, so
Yeah, he understands absolutely nada.
wonderful. I would probably just keep asking Jacen like about the town, like what locations are we at? Is there anything interesting? But other than that, just attempting to make awkward small talk.
He's going to answer like what he knows because he hasn't spent too much time here since like they've been adventuring. But he'd say like it's a small seaport town. It's where like he met Kaylin, Kyrie. Like he would tell him about like Lavira and the others that were originally with them.
Oh.
I would probably occasionally ask questions in confirmation to what had been discussed previously and confirm like who's who, which one's Kaylin, which one's Kyrie,
Which
all
one's
that fun
Lavera?
stuff. But
Okay, so
definitely which one's Lavira? I don't think I've met Lavira yet.
It'll be like Kaylin is like the annoying older sister that I never had or wanted, but like I still kind of need, I guess, sometimes to keep me in check. He refers to Kyrie like Kyrie's just like the healer, just the quote unquote like just good person. She's easy to talk to. She's very easygoing. Very little judgments from her. He says Lavira was a dear friend who got eaten by a giant frog. Don't ask.
Is this another situation where I shouldn't tell people you're saying things upon pain of death?
Yes, definitely don't ever tell Kaylin I said anything nice about them. Ever.
I won't. I won't say a word.
Kyrie not as bad. Kaylin never.
Hey, Jacen, do you speak Infernal?
Don't think Jacen does. Yeah, no, he does not.
Okay.
Upon confirming that I wouldn't have said anything, I would have muttered under my breath, not that you believe me now.
Jacen says, if you really want to earn trust, there's a very quick and simple way for us to do this.
Oh.
Jacen says, let me look into your mind.
Dig away, pry away, I have nothing to hide.
Jason's going to detect thoughts on Amber.
What are you looking for?
Stuff in regards to what's the name?
Charir?
That one, Mia and Jacen. Like her feelings, intentions, etc., etc. Like, was she actually planning on betraying them the whole time, etc., etc.
As far as in regards to Sharir, you would find pain, regret, sadness, just a little bit of that feminine rage that Mia had been talking about earlier.
She's like, I know that stuff.
You would also still get a little bit of a sense of like a very bittersweet love. Like there's still that affection there, but it's also very much tinged with pain and hurt. As far as Mia and Jacen, just absolute guilt, despair, just you very much get the sensation that no, there was never any intent for betrayal. It was it all went horribly wrong, and you very much get the sense that Amber doesn't think you'll ever actually trust her again, nor does she feel she deserves it. And just very much this overwhelming guilt and grief and a desperation almost for friendship again, but an absolute understanding that it may never happen. And she's honestly expecting to be dumped in the nearest jail cell at any point.
Jason's gonna like, you're gonna hear like, I guess, like telepathic like chuckles at the idea of like them dumping you in a jail cell or something like that. Like the closest you can like kind of get to like a humor of that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Not a funny ha ha, but just that funny sardonic laugh.
Yeah. Jason asks, "What do you think? What did you think was going to happen when we gave him the sword? Like, what was he different before this?"
He was very different. He was charming. He was kind. He had a presence that demanded respect. He walked into a room and everyone turned and listened. But he was fair and he was kind and he had a warmth that filled the room he was in. He was distant and aloof, but that was because he was the Dragon Prince. He wasn't approachable, but everyone knew he cared for you.
So you actually thought he'd be grateful to me and Mia.
I figured that he would, if Mia's curse wasn't outright broken, he would heal her. He would remove the curse, he would cleanse the sword, and he would be grateful. He would grant you a boon or a reward or something. And I would be free to travel the world without having to hide, without having to be half dragon, being able to be myself.
So where do you stand with him now?
If he was to show up right now, I would run and never look back, because he would probably try to continue to kill me as he had done before. I would try to take you and Mia with me, but I would most likely abandon your friends, flee as far as I possibly could, and never come out of hiding again.
Would you help us try to stop him?
In a heartbeat. I want him dead. I want him to pay. He hurt my family. He hurt my friends. No one gets to do that but me. In a tomb with a mummy lord and a fireball.
Jacen thinks about all those times he's accidentally dropped a fireball on his party members and says, yeah, well, we've all been there. Then here's your chance. This is where you can pick what you want to do and where you want your place to be in the world. Do you want to prove what so many people think of dragons is right, that you guys are all terrible monsters and whatever, or that you can be a force for good? I don't care that you're a dragon. It doesn't, like, our races don't matter. I've always seen a lot of myself in you, and like very similar context in how we grew up. I want to be right about you.
You would trust me to fight by your side again?
I've peered into your mind. I don't think you're lying. It's not just me taking your word, even. You let me into your thoughts. And that's something that you could have easily stopped if you wanted to as a dragon. I want to believe that I was right about you. I want to believe that my wife was right about you. Because my wife does not open up to people like he did to you.
Well, no offense, but seeing how some of your friends acted, I can understand why.
You understand, though, but he still did. He opened up to you. He trusted you. We both did. We both care about you. We want to be right about you. So yes, I will have you fight by my side.
I will stand with you and Mia.
The others are good. I probably they take time, and we're all cut from different cloths, but they are good people. I promise you.
You say that they're good, and I kind of side-eye Hawks.
Even the fish guy. He took me a while to warm up to him, but he's a good person. He means well. We all come from our own ways, our own trials and tribulations, and we do the best we can to cope. But we all have one thing in common, and that is to try to leave this world a little better than how we found it.
As I said...
Again, never tell Kaylin or Theron I said any of this.
I just kind of put two fingers up in like a scout's honor gesture.
Hawk sparks and brings 2 crystals over and still has no idea what they're talking about.
I just kind of like...
Jason's gonna pet Hawk straight up.
After seeing Jacen do this, I kind of do the same thing. After like a moment's hesitation, I just kind of pet Hawks.
They are all good. Again, we're like a family. What family doesn't have disagreements and get into just stupid arguments and occasionally drops a fireball on each other? But like you said exactly about your old friend there, no one gets to hurt your family but you. Like, I'll pick on Kaylin till the day's end, but if anyone else messes with Kaylin, it's on. You know
As
what I
long as-
mean? They're good people, I promise you.
As long as you don't dispel any more cursed sarcophagi without at least asking me first.
Fine. But also we do have to find Garganoth breakfast at some points. He gets very grumpy when Garganoth does not have breakfast.
As I have said, I will stand with you and Mia. As far as your friends, and I suppose I'll stand with the Hellhound Fishman. He's not attempting to eat me now.
No. He's good people like that.
I will wait to cast judgment on the rest of them. But for now, I will follow you and I will follow Mia into the ends of the earth into battle and hopefully be able to rip Charir's head from his body.
I'm definitely here for that part.
That feminine rage is starting to fester.
Was me here at all for any of that, or no? Was me around for that, or was that just Jacen, Hawks, and
This is all kind of happening about the time that Mia and Kaylin are having their discussion.
Okay, good. As long as Kaylin is nowhere near this.
Oh, Mia
Kaylin
was
must
off.
never know.
Mia was off
You
doing
hear
her
a
thing.
loud crack and a creaking of beams falling.
Yeah, off in the distance. That's about when that happens.
Very nice.
I know.
Should we go check on them?
Probably. Come on, Jacen. Motions for the Hawks' Hellhound form to follow.
Jimmy said that wasn't when that happened.
Also,
I follow along.
Also, Jacen is still wondering when the hell did Hawks learn how to turn into a fucking dog? Like what?
Are all the peasants, I mean civilians, ready to?
Peasants, I mean civilians.
All the peasants, I mean civilians. Yeah.
I'm just a bougie peasant.
All the mortals.
You say with your rings of gold and your gold necklace.
On me, I have one silver charm. I don't look rich, but I'm fucking loaded.
So yeah, with Wave
Thank you very much.
gathered from the ocean, a marine layer up to your all's waist setting in, the citizenry gathered around the wagons, those who are old or injured inside the wagons. You all ready to start the walk to the stronghold?
Yep.
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 Yeah. I believe there was one thing that might happen during the walk to the stronghold.
I keep my eye on the sky looking for griffins.
Hawks is sniffing along the trail.
Anybody want to polymorph into a horse to make this shit easier?
I can
Look,
turn into a bat.
if I had readied the spell, I could have.
Not helpful.
Well,
When all these people are saying all these random things, Jacen looks to Amber and says, "I swear they're good people."
I'm having George above, looking down, ready to raise the alarm if they see any people coming on the path towards us.
I just love that Jason's trying to convince Amber that we're good people.
Look, if I had
Jason's gonna specifically walk with Amber and Kaylin.
felt.
Rude. I'm a good influence on people.
Oh no! It has nothing to do with that. Jacen just thinks that Kaylin and Amber could potentially get along.
Hey, Dumey,
Hmm.
how much strength would it take for someone to pull the wagon?
Done. Already pulling.
Oh, Hawks would be hoping trying to actually be like a horse, but in dog form.
Mm,
It would. Yeah, I mean, there's people loaded in it. It wouldn't be impossible, but with help, I think our heroes would be able to push and pull the wagons.
oh, don't you start? God damn you.
I assume that I can because I have a strength of 17 as a hellhound.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can handle it.
It's an hour's walk, so we should definitely harness in the Hellhound. Nothing bad will happen, I promise. He definitely doesn't have 20 minutes left on his transformation.
Kinky.
Oh wow, there's a map we haven't seen in a while.
Right.
Hawks is definitely
in the stronghold.
pulling the
Yeah, you have.
wagons.
You came back with me.
No, I've never been to the stronghold.
No, you
I-
came back.
I
Oh,
don't
drop
have.
off at the start of this time.
Yes,
don't-
you're right.
I don't have the updated one loaded in yet.
Is the stronghold actually like in good shape, or is it messed up like the town?
It's in good shape.
Well,
It should be in good shape.
with the wards and everything you guys had put around the stronghold, and the fact that it was further away from the town, the hour walk is uneventful and kind of somber in ways. When you arrive to the stronghold, it's quiet and still and as peaceful as you all remember it.
Aw.
Oh, rip Lafira's
Hey,
token. And Utar.
Oh.
Aw, Utar. I miss them.
I have no idea who they
This
are.
is
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, like
I told you, this has been a long time since we came to this map.
God, my old token.
Is
Lavira,
that a
why you in my room?
Triceratops?
Because we used to room together.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And there's Ree too.
Oh.
Aw.
And Nero's here though. Nero's here. That's what matters. Jason's in the room with Nero.
Yay.
Aw.
Oh, I don't have a
He
token.
barks. Hawks barks at
Nero.
these new people.
Wait,
Who
Jason,
do I share a room with?
Aren't
This-
you only able to be changed for an hour? It's an hour walk. You're human. Or
I have
fish.
I have an updated map. I just don't have it here.
Oh, I
Yeah, I
have.
was gonna say, like, I'm assuming Jason and me are sharing a room at this point.
Yeah.
It's a
I,
nice
uh,
room.
I can share with Malik.
Yes, you can share with Malios.
This is
I,
my
I'm
sexual
going
time.
to walk-
Us.
I'm gonna walk into the kitchen and I say, I'm very sorry. I know that it's short notice, but we have about 100 people. Do we have the supplies to make up a hot meal?
Oh
This one, Mally,
yes, dearie.
I have
There's
a
a place I haven't heard in a while.
Do we have a container that we can put water in for a fish to sleep in?
Yes, we
Bathtub.
have a bathtub.
There's a fountain outside.
We
I'll
even
sleep
have
in the
2
fountain.
bathrooms.
I'll sleep in the fountain.
Let him sleep in the fountain. What if we have to go to the bathroom? I don't want to have to pee in another jug.
We have 2 bathrooms, remember, hun?
Yeah,
So-
but if Hawks is peeing and Jason's showering, what are we meant to do if we need to pee?
Oh, right.
And there's
I forgot
100 other
Jason's
people
showering
who have
for,
to go to the
20 hours.
bathroom.
Fine, guys, I said I would sleep in the fountain. It's fine.
I'm gonna grab Hawks by the scruff of his shirt and I say, "Cool, I'll show you where the fountains are," and pull him away from everyone else down the hall.
Aggressive.
Jason waves bye to Hawks. Bye, Hawks.
Okay, I
Questioning what I did.
think there was at least one. There's 2 people that want to do that still want to have interactions as the citizens kind of get settled in. Some people are settling tents on the grounds because you got 120 people and not enough rooms. Spirits are a little bit more lifted, but we're going to.
Gonna go help people pitch tents.
Saren, when would of yours have happened?
Oh, any time where I can drag Hawks away in a scary manner.
All right, let's do that one first, and then we'll do Garganos.
Hawks is terrified, by the way.
He should be.
Absolutely terrified.
Good.
I'm going to drag Hawks down the stairs and drop him on the grass outside of the fountain, loom over him and say, "We need to have a chat." And then I'm going to sit down beside Hawks and say, "Hey, I'm really sorry about what I did earlier. It wasn't fair. You're entitled to your opinion of the party."
Learning.
It's perfectly fine. That whole situation with the staff really messed with me on a
I get
whole nother level. I couldn't let go of that thing. I was helpless. I even saw the other side.
Look, I get all that. but you have to understand that I was a petty thief before this party started. I was stealing food, stealing knickknacks, breaking into hotel rooms, breaking into inns to find dry places to sleep. And then, I'm not going to say the party found me, because I found them. But no one really liked me back then. I said I was kind of abrasive. I didn't talk to anyone, didn't know how to talk to people, and no one really wanted me at the start. But Kaylin put up with me. Kaylin took me to places, let me feel welcome, invited me on watches, told me how I could help. And I am indebted to Kaylin, because I feel like I'd be rotting in a jail cell right now if it weren't for them. And I'm loyal to every person in this party, but I would drop and run if a handful of people in this party told me they needed help. And Kaylin's one of them. So I understand you have your opinions, but I won't have anyone talking shit about Kaylin, because I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for Kaylin.
To be honest, I don't think any of us would be alive right now without Kaylin.
Oh, we'd all be dead. You'd be dead
Especially
3
me.
times over.
I think I have a habit of poking my nose where it don't belong.
You do.
Understatement of the year.
And,
I used to do that too.
well, I just want to say, as far as I've known you, you're an amazing person. And Hawk just gives her a hug regardless.
I'm gonna hug Hawks back. And I am trying to be a better person. I'm not good at being a good person.
I can understand that.
And I said I'm glad. So I don't want you to be scared of me. You should be scared of me. But at the moment, you're okay.
Yay.
And I'm going to loom over Hawks and say, if you tell anyone about this conversation,
No.
I will peel your flesh off while you are alive, boil your scales.
I take it back. She hasn't learned.
Limb by limb at a time. Boil them and fry your skin so it goes nice and crispy. Chop you up in little pieces and serve you to someone in this party in a fish stew. If you tell anyone, I'm trying to be.
Turn me into the sushi that everyone keeps saying they want.
And I will eat you. I
Well-
don't know how to make it more clear. If I don't kill you for telling anyone, I know people who can make you disappear, and you should still fear me. And when you go back inside the stronghold after this little chat, you are going to look scared, because I have a reputation to keep up.
Can I just have one more hug since we're having that kind of conversation and I can't speak of it after?
I'm going to give Hawks a hug and say, I will cut you if you tell Malagos that I'm trying to be a good person.
Okay.
For a moment, I was almost proud of you. For a moment.
And I'm gonna walk inside and say, you're coming in like 2 minutes and you're looking scared because I'm terrifying. And I'm gonna give him a wink and go upstairs back inside the stronghold.
Hasu is gonna work on looking all teary-eyed and crying and all that. And comes in after.
Can fish cry?
They can look more blue. He's already feeling blue. He already looks blue.
Well, technically I'm purple right now.
Good, even better. And I'm going to sit inside the stronghold very happily.
I look like the devil was scared out of me or something.
Oh.
Okay. Well, it's so nice that all of Light's Gambit is so willing to share their feelings with everybody in the party, and
We
am I
one
saying?
cohesive unit.
I appreciate the consistent threat of, if you tell anyone I'm being halfway nice, I will murder you in your sleep.
Yeah.
I appreciate that consistent.
Yeah, see, Malagos knows I'm a nice person, I just don't show it. I don't want Malagos to actually know I'm trying to be a good person, because then people have high expectations of me, and I can't live up to that stress.
Alright, so let's see who Garganoth doesn't want to know his feelings. Let's head over to another interaction.
So in my mind, this would sort of be happening. Do we do watches around the stronghold, given the nature of what happened in the previous town?
I would definitely be set up.
Yeah, Garganoth would probably be by the fire near the front gate.
I'm probably in a tree hiding somewhere. So is Kaylin, probably.
I'm helping pitch tents.
You're helping pitch tents.
Well, if we're on watches already, some people are sleeping.
Seeing as Mia doesn't sleep for all that long, or at all, I think she's gonna kind of actively patrol.
And Garganoth is going to be poking the sticks at the fire, kind of like what you would do at a camp.
So, Gar. Nice fire.
Yes. Yes, it is. Mia, you know how we always strive to do the right thing and protect innocence? I don't know what happened to you while you were gone, or what caused you to take that person's life, but I'm going to share something with you. And sort of to paint the scene, Garganoth is fiddling with his Astarenian ring on his finger and sort of has the 1,000-yard stare just looking into the fire.
Mia's gonna, like, crisscross applesauce on the ground and kind of just level out and give him her attention.
So it starts off by Whelm is going to start glowing, and you get the feeling that Whelm is sort of channeling itself or its memories through Garganoth. And he's going to say, I'm going to tell you the story of Whelm, and normally what you might have said might not have struck as much of a chord with me, but given the nature of today and the caravan with the children and the other villagers, we thought the spirit of our beloved mountain was angry with us. What was once a calm, tranquil, cavernous home had awakened into a deadly inferno. We had lost 6 separate entire settlements within to seismic activity and flash geysers within a fortnight. Unbeknownst to us, the goblins had caused these events in league with the giants, one faction wanting our gems while the other coveted our land. We had nowhere to go until Trossar, ambassador to the giants, offered us a way out. In exchange for our vault's treasury, we had been promised a new haven, safe from the wrath of a place we once called home. Somewhere our children could be children again. Perhaps we should have known better, but we were left with no choice. We thought there would have inevitably been certain death had we stayed. They drew us out of our homes with sworn promises of better days. What was waiting for us outside was a slaughter, a bloodbath. And then Garganoth is brought to another memory where a child is speaking to, back then, what would have been the Dwarven King, who was leading his people out of the mountain, where the child asks him if he would like a rock cake, seeing as her Nana had made it for the long journey. A joyful, hearty laugh could be heard from the Dwarven King, whelm in his hands as he raised his forearm to shield his eyes from the sun. But when he turned back to the child was no more, a hand once outstretched with offerings of baked goods now buried under rubble. It began with a hail of boulders, our children screaming, men shouting, war drums. We looked above to face our attackers, but were met with the blinding light of the sun and the goblins at our back. His eyes start glowing as he clenches his fist. Many of us were lost that day, Mia. The deafening cries and wailing channeled through Whelm would not let me forget in those moments. Every bone in my body screamed for me to lunge at them and make them pay for what their kind did to our people, our wives, our children. Sorry, forgive me. You remember that time that we went to the castle, right? The storm giants in the sky?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
All this to say that, despite all that, despite Whelm screaming at me, I resisted and paid the price for it with Whelm's agonizing screams, echoing from that miserable, fateful day. Countless days and nights reliving our tragedy over and over and over. When the voices would quiet down enough to have any coherent thoughts of my own, I would try to commune with Whelm, but was once again met with the wailing of our ancestors. Had it not been for the strength of Danielle, I would have lost myself. Yet despite that, I still stayed my hand, Mia. We all have our burdens to bear. And you did what you felt you had to do. He gets up and walks towards the gate. I wish to be alone. Do not follow me. And he just walks outside to continue his patrol.
That hurt me.
My heart.
You cut deep, guard. Damn.
Damn, sir.
Listen,
Well,
if it wasn't for the caravan and the children moving, which was sort of the backstory that I was already typing up, it would not have been that bad.
That. Ooh.
Fuck.
Get wrecked, nerd.
Shit.
And you know what? I think on that note,
Mm-hmm.
That I'll just sit at the fire and cry.
That was supposed to make Mia feel better?
No.
No?
No,
I
it
got
definitely
punished.
not. It was.
I got whooped.
Does anyone else feel like a really bad person now compared to Garganoth?
Yes.
I haven't done anything, so no.
How
Um,
did you tell me your backstory? Damn.
Yeah.
So yeah, as shocked as I am,
Fuck.
before I go on my DMing break,
You're leaving people on that kind of cliffhanger? Oh my god, you're evil.
yeah, that's a good. I mean, it'll make them come back.
Evil.
We're going to leave our heroes there, a little broken, a little healed, and with some more
Ew.
questions.
Sealed. Ew.
And I'll say this much: I was asked. I'll end us on this. I was asked the other day by one of our subscribers what the catchphrase at the end means, and yeah, I realized I had never told anyone. I had just used the catchphrase and never explained it. And this actually feels like a good time. 20 sides to every story is pretty self-explanatory, of course. You know, everybody has their own story, everybody has their own side to it. You see everything different than the next person. And honestly, that's all right. But roll for yours means, to me at least, that the story isn't any good unless you take the initiative to find out what it is. Without that roll of the dice, without that action, that first step forward, you'll never know what the story is or how good it could be. And with that explanation, I'll say there's 20 sides to every story. Roll for yours. Have a good night, everyone.